We're almost 6 months past D-Day. I'm the one who said I'd block the affair partner everywhere. I even showed my husband a final goodbye message and watched a bit of the tension leave his face. Like maybe we could try again. It wasn't true. The AP switched to email, and instead of telling my husband immediately, I decided that if I ignored some messages and deleted the rest, I could still claim no contact. That's how I was thinking. Technicalities, loopholes, anything that let me say, I'm trying, without actually doing it. The emails kept coming. First, I miss you, then bitterness, and then a threat to tell my husband everything if I didn't pay. Screenshots, photos, videos, the parts I hadn't disclosed. I should have told him the second the first email landed. I didn't. I deleted them and told myself I was protecting him from pain. I was protecting myself from consequences. When I finally said something, I minimized it again and again, but there were dozens of emails. I answered a couple. I kept a door cracked while pretending I'd sealed it, and then I did the worst things short of restarting the affair. I met the AP in person to make it clear it was over. I tried to choke it up to maturity and closure, but it was selfishness through and through. I wanted control. I wanted to manage him and manage the story. There was no legitimate reason to see him. I chose what felt easier in the moment over what was right for my husband and our family. The blackmail threat is real. He has details I hid during my full disclosure. I said the sex happened less often than it did, said the timeline was shorter than it was, claimed we only used hotels when I had also brought him into our home, while my husband and our son were gone. I met him on a hookup app, which I shouldn't have installed in the first place. The pace was fast, reckless, and selfish. After D-Day, when my husband asked direct questions, I looked him in the eyes and lied because I was more afraid of losing him than I was of lying to him. I hate who that sentence makes me. I also pushed for sex after D-Day. I told myself I wanted closeness. What I wanted was relief from shame. When he said no, I sulked. When he tried to talk about the affair, I acted like he was dragging us backward. He's told me that just pulling into our own driveway makes him queasy and angry. I did that and then tried to use his body like a painkiller. If you're a wayward reading this, hear me. That isn't love. It's pressure. It's trying to shut someone up because you can't stand what you did. When I finally admitted the emails, my husband asked for space. He went to stay with his brother. He asked what else I hadn't told him. I said I would write everything down. He said if I couldn't tell the truth, he might pay the AP to hear it anyway. That crushed me, not because he'd be wrong to do it, but because I've made our reality so unreliable that trusting a stranger could feel safer than trusting me. I don't have a grand plan or a neat moral turnaround. I have a long list of bad choices and the decision to put all of it in the light, even if the marriage doesn't survive it. At this point, all I can sincerely hope it survives. Update. Since that talk, we've separated. He has started the divorce proceedings, though I haven't yet received the paperwork. I rented a small place near where he's staying, so our son exchanges are easy. He sets the pace. No drop-ins, no speeches, no looking for comfort. My job is to cooperate and stay honest, especially when the truth makes me look worse. I sat down and wrote the timeline I should have written on day one. Dates, places, how often, who initiated, what I told the AP about my husband and our son, and the part I hid because it felt unforgivable, that I let the AP into our home. I included the emails I hadn't deleted and a clear statement about the ones I erased. There were no but explanations, just what I did and when. I told my husband he can verify anything however he wants. Location data, accounts, even a polygraph if it helps him decide his future. I'm not using a test as a shortcut to trust me again. I'm taking it because I created a ground where my words can't stand on their own. The AP emailed again with more threats. This time my husband saw it first because he has direct access. We documented it and filed a report. There will be no more secret managing, no more, I'll just go calm him down, no more meetings in person for any reason. If he sends proof, my husband gets it directly without me filtering to protect my image. I know the version of me that would have kept trying to handle it quietly. That version is why my husband can't breathe in our living room. I stopped asking for sex. I stopped acting wounded when he says he's angry. I stopped scolding him for bringing the affair up. We both started counseling several weeks ago. In therapy, I'm facing what I've avoided naming. I dodge conflict, curate my image, and grab fast comfort. When he needs safety, I've historically asked for reassurance. When he needs time, I've pushed for closeness. I have to sit with how backwards that is and stop making it his job to teach me basic decency. I called my parents and two close friends and told them the real story. Not we were struggling, not I made a mistake, but the exact truth. App, the pace, the house, the lies after D-Day, the pressure for intimacy. I told them he may leave, and that they should not try to sell him on forgiving me on my behalf. My shame wants secrecy, and my worst choices grow in the dark. I'm done with that. The house is a wound I created, so I tried to do something tangible even if it can't undo what I did. I offered to replace bedding, repaint the room I contaminated, and pay for a deep clean if he keeps the place. If he wants to move, I'll cover the costs without quibbling about budgets. I'm not going to pretend a new comforter equals closure. If he never wants to sleep there again, I'll understand. People ask whether forgiveness is possible, whether intimacy ever returns, how long it takes to stop feeling sick. I'm not the one who gets to answer. I'm the one who took those choices away. I can say that pushing for sex when your partner doesn't feel safe is cruel, that rushing their grief so you can stop feeling guilty is the opposite of love, and that the only thing I've done that looks like repair is telling the entire truth and accepting that it might still end in divorce. I don't know if my husband will forgive me. I don't know if he'll ever want me to touch him again. I know that every time he pulls into the driveway and his stomach drops, it's because I brought a stranger into our life and then lied about it. I know that when he wakes up sad or furious, that's not him being dramatic. It's a normal response to a long injury. I know that whether we stay married or not, I can't go back to being a woman who solves problems by hiding them. Honesty isn't what you say when you're cornered. It's what you volunteer when no one is asking. I didn't do that until now. I should have on the day he found out. If you're a wayward like me, here's the only thing I have that's worth anything. Stop managing, stop minimizing, stop asking your partner to numb you. Tell the whole truth, hand them the proof, accept their decision, and do your work whether they stay or go. Comments: OP, I'm really sorry. You're carrying shame, fear, and the grief of seeing what your choices did to someone you love. None of that makes you evil. It makes you in need of safer habits. It's okay to slow down, breathe, and choose transparency one concrete step at a time. You don't have to convince him today. Just keep being honest and calm, even if the outcome is unknown. That's real care. I hear how overwhelmed you are, and it makes sense. Breaking NC and deleting things happened, and you're still allowed compassion while you repair. It's valid to feel terrified, to want comfort, and to also accept his pace without pushing. Keep your focus small. Tell the whole truth. Let him see what he needs to see, and be gentle with yourself in between. Whatever he chooses, you can still become a safer, kinder version of you.